Everyone, welcome to day number 4. I'm going to keep this one pretty short and just get into it. So today is all games. So there's 2 games to play on the floor, there's 2 games to play on your feet, and there's a little stepping thing to learn. I'm real interested in how you're sort of going with this. So it would be awesome if you could either message, pop a little message in the Slack channel, or flick me an email and let me know how things are sort of going. Because at the moment I feel like I'm throwing stuff into a black hole, and I'm not sure how it's being received. So let me know in any way that you can get in touch with me. Hopefully you're not going crazy. The sun's out again today, which is real nice. But yeah, give the games a crack. Let me know how it goes, and good luck. Okay, so the first game is just you've got a leader and a follower. I'm going to use the practice ball, but you don't have to have a ball on a string. You could simply use your hand as the object for the other person to follow. You could use the tip of a stick again, like we did the other day. And the idea is you're trying to get your partner to move around on the floor in a bunch of different ways that they're not expecting, because they're having to follow. You want to make sure you start slowly, okay, and let them kind of feel it, and watch how they move. What you'll probably see when you first start doing it is that they follow the same kind of patterns that feel safe to them. But the more you kind of get into it, you're trying to lead them in ways that they have to find novel solutions to move around. Okay, that's probably enough information. And the thing that we're going to do it with head. So I'm going to get Jess's head to follow the ball. You can also use a hand. You could use the other hand. You could even do it with like a chest and get the person to lead with their chest. I'll film one thing of me leading Jessica, and then I'll get one thing of her leading me. So you can see sort of 2 people doing it. Are you ready? Go slow. Always start slow. So you kind of get the idea. Alright, you get to lead me. I'll get her to lead my hand rather than my head, just to give you a different example. So you get the idea. Try and find efficient solutions rather than just going with things that you feel like you should normally do. So game number 2 is a little wrestling game with a towel. I'm going to give you a default position, which is Jess sitting here. So all I'm going to do is pull her off that position, and she has to try and organize her body back into it from the position that she fell into. For example, and so on. Okay, so the 2 games on your feet are both going to be very similar. They're they're essentially a balance game where you're trying to interact with your partner and make them lose their balance. So the rules are, we're going to do one of the games with a parallel stance like this. You can go as wide as you want to. And then the second game is going to be in a staggered stance, as if you were standing on like a log. And the rules are, as soon as I take a step, I'm out, I lose. Okay, and then we restart again. Okay, so a good place to start with this one is just to get a sense of letting your body kind of go with the flow on your feet rather than being too rigid. So I call this one bobblehead. So essentially what Jess is going to do, she's going to put a little touch on me, and I'm just going to kind of let my body take that and come back to the center, just like a bobblehead. Off you go. And then I do the same. No, she does it again to me. Yeah, now you push me. Alright, so that's a good starting point, because what you don't want to be in this game is too rigid. Now, the game is, we want to set ourselves distance apart, okay? I'm going to start close-ish. Alright, now the goal is to get your partner to take a step without you also taking a step. Okay, so if we both take a step, it doesn't count. You ready? Go. Go. Alright, so close quarters, the movements are going to be shorter, and if we go too hard, you're also going to step. So now I'm going to step back a little bit, about half a meter apart. Same rules. Go.
Oh.
Go. Alright, and then you can also go a lot further apart. Now this, it's going to be harder to try and push them over. So this one's going to be more of a game of trying to grab the other person in some way as they come close to you, and then try and leverage that then to take a step. You ready? Go. Okay, you got the idea. Alright, and then the other version of this is you can do it in a staggered start. So I want my feet one behind the other one as if I'm on a log. Okay? I'll demonstrate this one. This one we're going to do with a connected hand. So you're only allowed to use the hand that's connected, but just like the other one, you can make up your own rules. So, we want our feet all on the same log. So your foot in front of my foot. We're going to go right hand connected. And same rules, any steps is a loss. Go. You can't use that hand. Stop cheating. So you get the idea. So today something to learn is a little stepping pattern. All you're going to need for it is a little cross. I just did that with some tape. You can be creative in what you want to use. Now I've stolen this from a guy I know in Australia, and he's doing a different pattern every day, kind of like the same thing I'm doing with the coordination things. There's something to learn and get your body solving a problem. And yesterday I learned the one that he put out, but once you've kind of learned the pattern, which is it's led by one leg through one way, and then you do the same pattern through with the other leg, and then once you've got the whole thing, chuck on some music, see if you can keep to the rhythm, and then endure it for a whole song. I I could run through a bunch of benefits, but it's fun and you're learning how to shift your weight on your feet, which is super valuable. So here we go. I'm going to start with my right leg. So all I'm doing is stepping forward, then back, touch, step across, pivot, scissor, step back. Now I'm going on my left leg, so I come back, step forward, step back, touch, across, pivot, scissor, and I'm back to the start, okay?